So today I'm up in the rafters at this indoor playground. I gotta weld these plates to this gigantic beam. Not much room overhead. It's gonna be a real pain in the butt. First thing I gotta try to do is clean up my weld area a little bit. Problem is I'm not quite tall enough to look over the top. Ah, the vertically challenged. If I had 2 more inches on me. Then I gotta mount the plate. It's easier said than done. It's gotta slide underneath here somehow. Didn't bring up a hammer. Oh shit. Okay. Oh man. That hurts the old hands, that's for sure. Oh, come on. Why didn't you bring a hammer? Anything I could use as a hammer? Not really. Usually welders can use anything as a hammer, but I literally have nothing to hit it with. Jesus. I should have my chipping hammer with me, but I don't. Okay, I brought my hammers. Does that not even fit? I'm basically just trying to get this somewhat centered. Unfortunately, there's no really good way for me to set the camera to where you guys can see this very well. It's very tight up there. And I really wanted to show you guys this job, so hopefully you kind of get the gist of it. Kind of a big gap on one side. And a very conveniently placed piece of conduit. Okay. Should be it. So here I'm just adding a fire blanket underneath the beam to catch any sparks or anything that might fall down onto the playground stuff below. Alright, we're going to be using 7018 5/32 rod. I am standing on the handrail of the lift, so OSHA, sorry. This is going to be the easier side because it's open right here. If you like this type of raw welding content, hit that like and subscribe. Welding over a gap with 7018 is definitely not my favorite thing to do. I thought about maybe laying some 6011 down first just to close the gap, but I got lazy. I'll be checking often for fires and stuff. I should think I'm running a little hot and my helmet's not dark enough. Hey Wolfgang! Hey Wolfgang! Can you turn my welder down like half a notch? Or maybe just one notch? It's just the big knob in the middle.
Big knob, middle, one notch.
Yeah. That's much better. I was actually burning almost all the way through that 1/4-inch plate. Usually when I have to run my 100-foot leads, I have to crank the welder up quite a bit. But in this case, it was still running very hot. Fire check. You see any sparks falling down there? I think we're good. I think I got it covered, but I just can't really tell while I'm welding. Good? Thanks. Not gonna be the prettiest welds ever, but sure will be all right. Getting leg cramps from standing on the edge of this thing. Can't quite see it. Double check with some light. There, I figured out the flash with the camera. A little ugly. Especially right here. This one's got a good sized gap. Maybe at a weird angle. So here I'm having to do the old reach around. Hanging over the edge of the lift, got my head on one side, I'm going to reach around with my right hand over the top of the beam and weld it backwards, coming across away from me. So I'm on the edge, standing on the handrail on one side of the freaking lift, hanging over the rafters. Not fun. Oh, my ground just fell apart. So after almost 10 years, the ground that I bought with my welder has officially started to fall apart. Time for a new ground. Damn it. That's not fun. Oh, oh, my back. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Not fun. So for the other half, I'm going to go the opposite way. I'll have my head on the right side. I'll reach my left hand around and weld away from me. But this time I'm on the right side of the puddle. I can actually see it, and it worked out so much better. Trying to get rid of that undercut right there. I think that was pretty good. Somehow that was a better angle. Probably shouldn't have ran over the other weld like that. But so hard to see. Probably a nice view, huh? So I had a little undercut at the end of the first weld, so I ran it over with my second weld, but it made it kind of high, so I'm just grinding out that high spot a little bit. I'm going to attempt, it's not very thick, but I'm going to attempt to just wrap these corners a little bit. I can't really, but put something on there. So you can kind of see what's going on here. Looks like shit, but this is how I'm welding it. Sorry, Osha. See, I already did these ones off the surface, so they're a lot easier and nicer. These ones had to be taken out to get the beam up here. So by off the surface, I mean on the ground. I welded them on the ground. There's some pin up here. I think you guys know what paint looks like. I'll spare you. Safety first. Okay, quick money shot. Gotta connect this cable to that turnbuckle right there. Alright, so that was one of the more difficult welds I've done in a while. It was really difficult to reach it because the lift only went up to a certain height before it hit the rafters, and then I had to stand on the lift, which is a big no-no, but stand on the lift, weld, and the weld was actually just above my eye line, so I couldn't quite see it. I could just kind of see the top of the weld. Real pain in the butt. Interesting job. I had pre-built the beam, and they were to put it up. They were supposed to put it up, but they couldn't get it all the way up because the angle that you needed to put it up at. The last bracket that was up there was hitting the roof before they can actually get it up because they were trying to put it up at like an angle. And yeah, it was difficult for them too. So they were calling me all day. They're like, "Can we cut this?" I'm like, "Cut it, but try to cut it as clean as you can so I don't have to, fill up this huge gap. Ended up with a little tiny gap, but that's to be expected because you're going to lose some material when you cut. I had to weld it with 7018 because that's what I'm certified with. I would have preferred to just shoot it with the dual shield, but I don't have the cert for that, and that's one that I need to get really bad. But just in case it gets inspected, I want to make sure I'm welding it with the right thing that I'm supposed to be welding with, and that I have, all the paperwork for. So, yeah, interesting job. Is about 40 feet in the air, on the lift, just right up against the ceiling, insulation everywhere. The first day we had to cut down the insulation. It was it's probably 50-year-old insulation. It's disgusting. We were hacking our lungs out, even with wearing masks and stuff. My dad got sick from it. Yeah, not fun, but it's a good one. Not a whole lot of work, just kind of hard. $3,600 for that job. 800 of it was the material. It was way over engineered. Basically, all that beam is doing is hanging auto belay system to hold kids, which is like, no more than 50 pounds. And they got a 1/2-inch 6x6 piece of angle iron up there hanging off of little like 2x3s, with some tech screws basically holding it on there. So you have this like 210-pound beam with brackets on it, structurally welded, just screwed into the wood up there in 8 spots. So 8 times 4, 32 tech screws holding that thing in there. So if it does fail, it'll fall onto the rafters. It won't actually come all the way down. It'll scare the hell out of everybody. I hope it doesn't fail. I'm sure the engineers know what they're doing. It's just they could have used a lot smaller beam for that. Could have went like a 3/8 4x4. But anyway, that was a tough one. I can't even imagine them putting that beam up there. I'm glad I didn't have to do it. So thanks for watching. I need to figure out better ways to film this kind of stuff. I probably, maybe a GoPro would have been cool, like head-mounted GoPro or something. I don't know. There was really no place to put the camera. Sorry if the views were bad, but I'll do better. I'll get better. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you next time.